Welcome to my computer build. It's not my first build, but it is my first build that I'm going to be pretty freaking excited about. I gave myself a $2,000 budget. I had a few parts in the back room. I do IT work. So for the most part, I think I was maybe about $25 over. I'll show you the parts I'm going to use, and then I'm going to pretty much do an uninterrupted build and cut out some of the fluff if I need to. First off, I'm going to be using, oh heck, where do I even start? Gigabit GeForce RTX 280, EVGA 850 G3, a Z90 Auroras Pro Wi-Fi by Gigabit, DDR4 RAM. I know it's overkill, but I went ahead and did the 64 gigs just because I didn't want to have to worry about it later, and I liked the module size of 16 gigs versus the 8x4 is the main reason why I did that. I'm going to try something I haven't done before. I'm going to use a thermal pad. They seem to keep the cool pressures, temperatures down just as consistent. Just something different. One reason why I did want to try it is I'm not sold on doing air cooled. I have another air cooler coming. This is that NHD15. I have not used this product before. There was one other one called like the Samurai that I'm going to give a shot. Most likely I'm going to go to liquid cooled so I can highlight more of the case. But for right now, this was a great fix and I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to do the i7 9th generation. And then for the case, the Corsair 460X. Hindsight, I wouldn't mind going a little bit smaller, but I have room in my office for this one, so it won't really interfere with much. The hard drive, I went with the Adata, or the XPG as they're maybe rebranding themselves for the Pro models, the SX82 Pro. This one has the specs of some of the high-end hard drives, but at a little bit cheaper cost. I've used Adata for a lot of different things. Their US flash drives, their hard drives, their SSD drives. Excuse me, they don't make hard drives, but their SSDs. I've always been pleased with them, so why not give this one a shot? I think that's the build, and I am going to start. Do I do it the right way? I don't know. Have I done it this way more than once? I sure have. So we're going to take it from there. I'm not going to do any kind of unboxings or anything like that. There's plenty of videos out there that do all of that. I am just going to do my best to not have too many spare parts and have it post on the very first boot. That would be exciting. Other than that, a little bit about myself. I've been working on computers for about 10-12 years. I started with Windows XP, well, probably a little bit before that. And I've always enjoyed them. For the most part, they just make sense to me. I don't get the opportunity to do a lot of builds. Mainly my line is computer repair and maintenance, a little bit of networking. But I've always enjoyed it. So, where to start first? I don't know. But we are going to do my best on not making too many fails. Tons of channels out there. I think the reason for mine is, okay, so we want slot 1, slot 2, and I'm not positive on what ways these go. So that is going to be most likely slot 1. And that's going to be slot 2. Okay. Then the hard drive is going to be a little different because I am going to do my best on trying to use my old hard drive from my old computer so I do not have to relicense. I'm not going to be no longer using that old hard drive and that computer, so that operating system is going to sit dormant on an older drive. So as far as legalities, there's absolutely no reason that I shouldn't be able to transfer that onto the new one. I've been very pleased with the way Windows 10 has allowed me to stop worrying about the validation of the license. For the most part, it's always been hardware in the BIOS that is digitally locked, or it's been locked on the hard drive. So that's what I'm going to, because I've replaced hard drives on computers and had no problem, and vice versa. Oh, let me go grab my toolkit. I'll be right back. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I like using the tools I like to use. And so that's why I use them. Adata or iFixit tool sets have always been very good to me. I have not had to use their warranty before, but I feel if that time comes, I shouldn't have any problems at all. All right. So, have not used these before. Very nice. See, now that doesn't come in the video. So they do offer, so a lot of, not all boards have a covering to it. Now this board has a built-in heat sink. So what I can do is I think I can put this in without. Okay, so we're going to get a little flashlight and we're going to put on my cheat glasses. All right. So what I'm saying is they have this heat sink pad that can go over the top, it looks like, which is kind of nice, but I don't know if I'll have to use it. Alright, so like I said, I haven't used these before, so I want to make sure I get the placement in nicely. For what it sounds like, you just snap them in. Has a little flex, and you lock it down with a little tiny screw, which I bet is that one right there. Is there a difference? No, there's a post. There's a post. There's another one. I'm going to guess that that's the screw. But like I said, since I haven't used these a whole bunch, I am not ashamed to double check and make sure that's the screw that they want. I think when it comes down to it, as long as it doesn't pinch, it's not going to be an issue. But let's see, setting. Don't want that. What language do I read? English. There we go. Okay, screw fan, screw fan. ODA, SSE, short fan, long fan screw, motherboard, yep, boom. And screw fan, pan fan. Okay, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be the one that they want me to use. So we're going to go over here. Okay, so that's going to be this one. That's my official opener. Okay, very nice. I'm going to open up the door because it's getting hot in this area. Okay, so how does this? Okay, so that slides in like that, and that is going to go like so. Okay, got it. So we're going to undo that screw. Nice shaky hands every once in a while. Put on this. Beautiful. Fucking sexy. Okay, so how does that work? That's not quite long enough. So, should be makes sense what it's for, but I don't get how. Okay, I guess we're going to start with one. Congratulations. Alright, tempered glass. I don't need a parts list. Okay, remove side panel. Oh, you know what? That was for the case. Hey, I told you, not the sharpest tool. Now we're rocking. Now we are rocking. Okay, so right off the bat, that is wrong. That's A1 and A2. Okay, so I guess the directions don't hurt to read a little bit. Who needs all the precautions? Just give me the pictures. Give me installing the memory. Got the GPU, the memory. Okay. These are free, B2. Yes, got that. Sorry, kids. Okay. Little hang up, but that's okay. Don't want that. How do I do? Interesting. I just want for the hard drive. Why can't I see that? These are all those cables. It's getting there. It's up to the boot. Why? Okay, so is that just a longer screw? Guess so. Guess it could be. No, so I am doing something wrong, and I don't know what it is. Because that goes there. Well, right now, I guess we're going to set it with this. And I'm going to come back and look at that. As soon as I put in that memory card, okay. So this is the real. This is what happens when you don't edit it and you do it. Don't do it every single time. And this is the part that they don't the YouTubers don't necessarily show you. And now I know this is just a screw that's throwing me off, but my goodness sakes, that screw is messing me up good. I mean, that fits just beautifully. So, why on earth would it be giving me a hard time? I don't get. Okay. Storage, chipset, we got that. So why are we having installing the GPO? That's easy. Okay, we got that. Installing expansion cards. Why does it skip over? Okay, here we go. Okay, so it looks like that just floats, which I don't really necessarily like or dislike that. I think it is just what it is. So, we're going to, it just doesn't look right because it looks like it has a floating screw. But I guess that's okay. I guess I'm okay with that. Seems a little loose, but oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let's see if this does what I want it to do. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, look at that. 15 minutes later, and we're going. So, it's just the wrong screw. I just grabbed it. The plate goes over just fine. Everything fits exactly like it's supposed to. I just kind of, well, I screwed up. And that's okay. So we're going to do a little housekeeping here, because that's a little bit how I am. And we're going to file it right over there. We're going to file this right over there. No one says you got to, but who saves boxes? So I have a tendency to take those serial numbers and I will cross them over and put them on something. Okay, so, truth be told, this is one of the parts that I am most excited about. Is it the best? No. But I have had multiple gaming machines, and every single one I have had, well, the first couple ones I didn't know, truth be told. But majority of them, it's like, oh, this graphics card is enough. Well, I went with this one. Number one, it had the hookups I wanted. But I wanted to make sure when running a game, I didn't have to keep turning down the frickin' settings. Because that got super old to me. Now, let's see what one it wants. I think they're all the same, but I did read one of the ones when you run it into Crossfire, but that's not what I'm doing. Two-way, 16 and 8. So there's that and that. So let's just see where this bad doggy. I think that bad doggy's gonna live right there. But let's see. Okay, so that. Oh, smokes. That thing. That just, boom. Yeah, you don't want to cover up any of the pretty lights. So that's where I'm going to put it. There's no reason not to. And am I covering up? No. Now I've seen this a couple different ways. I don't know if I'm going to, come on. Crackling a little bit. Holy smoky. Look at that beautiful thing. That just sets. I gotta tell you, from being stuff in the very beginning to now, it just fits in nicely. Okay, so now I'm done with that for a second. And I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna put this, file that right there. I'm gonna close that up. I'm going to close this up. Again, I don't know if I do it the right way, the wrong way, the backwards way. To me, it really doesn't matter. Because bottom line, I get to have fun. And a lot of the times, that's the only reason why I do stuff. Is because it's different and fun. Okay, so this, I'm going to put a little bit of a pad, so let me go grab a towel. I'm going to find a towel, give me a second. here we come. So, here's a funny. I got the case yesterday. I guess the plane didn't land, so FedEx wasn't able to deliver the whole setup yesterday, which is fine, whatever, I'm used to it. I took the case out of the box and was showing it to my wife. She could care less. She really, you know, whatever. But I don't put everything away by any means. And I take the box back out and I slowly wrap it all up and put it back in the box. And she's laughing about how I'm taking better care of the case than I do, you know, half a dozen other things. So I thought that was kind of funny. So just be cautious from what I've heard. This can have a tendency to slide open. There's a little rubber grommet there that helps lock it down. Would say probably for sound and vibration is what the little rubber's for. And also not to crack your glass. I'm going to leave that right there just in case when I undo this last one it flies open, because that is not what I want. And boom, tip that forward. Not sure how. Not heavy, but definitely be cautious. Now, it came with a couple little scratches, but I think that plastic is thick enough that I shouldn't have to worry about it. And I might get this etched with my company logo or something. I'm not real sure. I think that would be kind of fun. Something tells me though, if they messed up on it, ordering a new one, well, you know what? I could probably fairly easily go to a glass place and have another one made. It's the holes that would probably be difficult. Now, the front ones, these front screws, don't have to come all the way off. Okay, then put this down. All right. I don't know if I have to go on the side. You know, I'm just going to take off all the covers because I'm eventually going to have to. Okay, here we go. First step, let's turn it right here. Magnets. That's pretty cool. My older one, I have to unscrew absolutely everything just to get to dust. And this one, well, again, guess a couple $100 changes the whole game around, doesn't it? So I'm not sure how all this dismantles. So I'm going to have to play with it a little bit. And anybody watching this is going, holy smokes, can this guy go any slower? Yeah, I can go slower. Okay, that looks like that. Should slide. Can't see with them, can't see without them. This looks like it should slide nice and smoothly, but I don't see it. Okay, and everything comes out of there. Grab a little light. Again, I know I'm gonna have to make this shorter video, but that's just the base. How the frick frack do I get that in there? Do not make me take out the directions twice. Okay, that just slides back. Okay, I'm gonna guess that those little things right there lock down. Can you still see me? Yeah, you can. Yes, I am a professional. This is my 50th build. Whatever. Yes, I'm just letting you know that you can do it. They're not tough. Nothing's tough. You just kind of have to take your time. Sometimes you got to figure stuff out. Sometimes you got to go on YouTube and just read, learn, play. Okay, so definitely that screw, whatever I just undid, made a difference. And then this slides. Okay, so I need to definitely get that. I need to get that out. Okay, here we go. So 3 screws, 4 screws, something like that. No. Uh-huh. Come on. Come on. What's stopping that? Okay. Move. Oh, come out. That's ready to come out. I earnestly do not know what's keeping that from just sliding right out. Maybe that. Something right over here. Is there a little latch? Ah, I looked, but I didn't see it. There's one more screw over here. There we go. Boom, boom. There we go. Don't crash and boom. Okay. Then that tray's gonna come out. We will not not be using any hard drives like that. Not this time around. But there's plenty of room for 2 bays, which is kind of nice if you did need. But I am going to do solid state all the way. They've come down in price enough that I can justify a 2 terabit one. I got a 1 terabit just in case I need it, but I don't think I'm even going to use that because the hard drive that I put in is a terabit. So that should be big enough for right now. Okay, so here comes the power supply. And oh my goodness, it's all the packaging. You know, I still say I think we pay more for packaging than all the rest, but that's okay. Where does that set? All right. Any pads? So yeah, you know what? This case so far, pretty impressed. Everything fits nicely. There's even some little rubber mounts down here on the bottom. Just noise. Just noise reduction. Vibration and noise. Which I'm not going to know what to do because my other computer's pretty loud. Okay. Right in front of me, I lost my first part. There it is. Come on. Why are these screws having a heck of a time? There we go. Just had the wrong. There we go. They're just setting it up for different cases. Some of these screws are going in just fine, but pretty tight. That's just because I'm using a smaller screwdriver and don't have the best leverage that I'd like, but that's okay too. Okay. Woohoo! Alright, cables. Now we know we're not using all these. We do, but let's just pull out the ones that we know we're going to use. Where is it? There's one. There we go. Now, I'm not sure really how all these cables are going to match up but we're gonna figure it out together. And what I mean by that is the wire management. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go back, come up, and put it right there. If I see the board, where's the board plug in? Right there. Okay, where's it? Right there. Alright, yeah. It's gonna be right there, so I'll go up on the top. And then the next one we're gonna want, don't need the hard, wow, you know, that's kind of cool. I don't need the hard drives because I'm not doing any of that. Again, maybe later. I might put one in there. I might need that one. Probably don't need that. Where's the, there's the CPU one. I'm gonna need that one. Don't think it takes dual power. Don't need this. Don't need this. And don't need that, but I'll, like I said, leave that one out. Alright, so, and probably, I don't know. I don't know really what ones I'm going to have. But I do know that I'm going to need that, which is going to be this right here. Nope. That. Holy smokes. There we go. Boom. And then I need an extra one of those. I guess I've never had a board that took that many plugins. Again, that's pretty exciting, but yeah, my older boards didn't have as many features as this one. So, I think if I hindsight, I should probably not put in that first, because that's going to get in the way. So let's slide this down. There's Huey. Okay, all the posts are there. So let's go ahead and get this bad doggy in, if we can. Okay, so we're gonna want, that's gonna come down. Yeah, these boxes, all of a sudden, that gets real tight. When all of a sudden you start putting in just that one component. Slide that back. There's one. There's two. Holy smokes. Just fits. Just fits. Now, did I forget to take off that cover, or is that one of those ones that's already mounted on there? I can't recall. It seems, I don't mind the way that looks, but I earnestly don't know. Well, little snapping. That fits pretty freaking flush. So I don't think I have to take that out. And all those line up. There's a little bit of play right there. So we're going to lift out. Yeah, it goes just like that. And you can hear it, a little tiny snap. And, okay. Got ahead of myself, maybe a second. Where's some of those screws? You know what? They make it look like everything's just so easy. We don't need that. And we don't need these anymore. So throw those over there. So many connectors. Wi-Fi, I'm not going to be using that much. I did get the Wi-Fi board. Okay, I need the little screws. And there's only a couple there. Grabbed all the screws here. I don't know what entity is going to supply the, thanks for that. Not that I don't have them. Now see, this is something that I get stuck on. Can I go into my back room and just go grab some screws to lock down that board? Yes, because I got them. But I start getting focused on screws that came with it. And then all of a sudden that's what I want to use. I don't see them. I know we didn't lose them. I just don't see them. So let's see. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yes, that should be part of the frackin' motherboard. And that's not going to be these. It's not going to be those. It's not going to be these. Okay, time for a drink. All right, back at it. Where, oh where are the, oh look at that. You know what I forgot though? And I probably would have continued to forget those if I hadn't done at least once before. And I think I've probably done it before. I need to put in the mounting brackets for this, the fan. And that is the only, come on, so let's not torque this. Come on. Some of you are going, holy smokes. And then other ones are going, I saw that he missed it. Is he going to see it? Okay, so this fan is not pretty, but it gets really good reviews, but it's not pretty. Okay. Still don't know where my screws are for the board, and you know dang well that we have them. Look at that frickin' beast. Okay, so this is going to probably be the brackets. Parts. Okay. Now, here's a funny. Why am I putting it on the box? Because I see everybody else do it. Actually, if I had a pad, I might put it on there. Okay, so I don't think there's necessarily an up and down to that, but it does only fit one way, so that's a given. Okay, and that's why you would put your fan on before going down. Okay, how do you get it out of the box? Big. I don't think there's a right and wrong. Okay, I don't know just by sight. What brackets to use. So we are going to do our best to figure this all out. And I'm not a very number technical person, so I really I go by a lot of pictures, and that's just how I've always learned. But once I do something a couple times, that's A and D, so I don't need that. And this side up, this side up. So yeah, it looks like that because there's not another style. Alright, so I think I can go either way depending on how I want to mount this. Now, I'm going to go like this, because it just makes more sense. I could go like that, but no, I can't. All right, so like that. Is there a left and the right? No, but the fan direction. I'm sure there is a fan direction. How do I know what way the fan is going? Do. Okay. So it looks like I put that on there. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then I would assume, let's see, what do we do? What do we do? Lock those down with this. Now in the back of my head, I'm still wondering what the heck happened to my other things. All right, gotta pause.